Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, right where we left off, and that is still in LOTRO. And before we continue our journey west, we actually need to talk to Halgúr. You will remember at the end of the last episode we found the wolf mother and her cub, and it seems Halgúr's wife was taking care of them before she died. So now we are taking him to the spot so that he can have something to remember his wife. Hopefully this will turn out okay. I'm inclined to believe it will. He will have a change of heart upon seeing that his wife is not truly gone, that she left him something still to take care of. That's what I would like to see in any case. Oh, we have a couple bees. Let's see if we can take these guys down and complete at least one Slayer deed before we leave LOTRO, right? Because I don't see us completing more deeds. They don't require excessive amounts of enemies to defeat, but I still don't see myself completing those deeds before we leave. Dell Hunter, awesome. Could always use more works as well. There we go.
My beloved Melneath. So kind, so gentle. It is no wonder she spent many a twilight away tending to this area.
Halgúr.
That is the name Melneath gave to this wolf mother.
Halgúr examines a ribbon on the wolf mother's neck. Nathemel. That is the name Melneath gave to this wolf mother. So, yeah, it seems I was right. Glad to see that I was. And that...
I've been a fool. I let the loss of Melneath blind me to the woes of those left behind. The war had taken so much from so many. But to grasp a rose petal in one hand and Nathamel's ribbon in another, I see now what Melneath left behind. The beauty left in the world and in the palm of my hand. I know what I must do now. Thank you, traveler.
He's gonna stay here. Well, at least he doesn't disappear like in many other situations. And also, I'm very impressed, surprised to see that this entire end dialogue was fully voiced, because you usually don't get that amount of voice work on any quest, let alone a side quest such as this. But this goes to show the devs consider this a really important moment, just as I thought, and you can see why. Halgúr is coming out of his grave and back into the world in a way, so it was totally worth it to have a voiceover on that. Well, at the end of that quest. A little bit surprising, but it was a really nice touch as well. There's a Dell Hunter in here, yeah. Once again, we can use some extra advancement on these deeds. Good thing is, at least we have Galdir's Dale There's plenty of works in there, so I could always come back and farm the deed in there. If I really need it, if I really want it for reputation or virtue XP, LOTRO points, whatever. At least there is a good way to farm that work slayer deed. And the bees, well, they are scattered enough across the land, across Lotharnak, to be fairly easy to complete as well. The one I'm not so sure about is the Dragonkind Slayer, the Avangs. And God knows if there is any other Dragonkind in Lotharnak. I doubt it. Maybe, but I doubt it. I don't remember seeing any more other than the Avangs. So what do you think, Sadrian?
Thank you so much for everything you've done, Trevor. My father has a renewed sense of spirit and vigor. He has found purpose once again. Even I had no idea my mother tended to a wolf mother. But now we both have renewed purpose. We shall both endeavor to maintain the beauty of this land together.
Awesome. Once again, the entire dialogue was fully voiced. That is really surprising, if you ask me. Truly was. Now, I think let's try and go to the Crossing of the Erui. See if we can advance the main quest a little bit. We have been neglecting that one for quite a while, and we really shouldn't be. At least, Beast Layer of King's Gondor. Well, Beast Layer of Lotharnak, sorry. And King's Gondor. So it's not working, the deed page is not working, but here we go. Some marks of renewal, some reputation points. And for the advanced tier, of course, we need 60 of them now. But that one will also provide us with some extra virtue XP, which is always nice to have. Now we do need to go back to Lhingar. That's also true. Had I known, we would already be done with this one. But anyway. We can make a really quick trip into Lebennin for the spiders, and then we'll most likely need to come back here anyway. And turn in the quest. So I guess that would be the point where we advance the main quest a little bit more. I gotta tell you, as much as I have enjoyed King's Gondor well, Lotharnak in King's Gondor, I feel like we should be really moving on. We have dabbled in Upper Lebennin a little bit, but we could still use us moving into Upper Lebennin properly. So let us just do the spiders. I hope I'm not missing any other quest in here. What? The mother didn't attack and this cub does? You really need to set your priorities straight. Well, you no longer can, but you should have. Now let's try and be a little bit reckless about this. Just a little bit. We are not doing anything too reckless. We have already seen that fighting 3 spiders at once really was no problem. about this one? No, this one seemed to be doing fine as well. We did quite good. Something tells me we might not do that good with this one. Stop it with the Eye of Sauron, please. Okay, we need to defeat a couple more trappers. That was close. But it turned out okay in the end. Not gonna take that power pot because I have already 3 full stacks of those. And I don't want to start accumulating for a 4th, especially because power on the landscape is really not that stressful to manage. And if I were doing some more grouping, I might need the extra power pots, but right now I don't need them. And we are so close to the release of the new expansion that even if I get to group more consistently than I had so far, I think 3 stacks of power pots should still be enough to take us to the next expansion. Or even if I find myself needing more, I can still craft them for myself. So I really don't have a lot of need for that. Corsair Sniper, okay. But for whatever reason, there's no Corsair Slayer deed on Lebennin because reasons, basically. I truly don't explain that to myself. I can't. But yeah, I guess we don't need to understand that one too much. I do remember one of the River Sisters was around this area, but it seems we will not need to come back to her, and that's a shame. I would have really liked to see how are the sisters doing, but maybe now that we are going back to the Crossings of the Erui, we might get the chance of checking on some of the sisters. That would be great.
Do for you.
I knew it. A bunch of nuisances. I will definitely report this to Crethan now that the immediate threat has been dealt with. Folk in Imlat Melui should know about the encroaching threat of the spiders rising in Lhingar. Thank you, traveler. You have done us a great service. That was it. Great. So, just like I thought, this gives us the perfect chance now to take the south road and check the Crossings of Erui for the main quest and see what else we can find in there. We are still looking for some more information regarding the Heirs of Castamir and Valakor's supposed return. But once again, I adhere to Legolas on this one. Somebody else is posing as Valakorr. There's no way he could have survived the dead in Pelargir. Annoyingly aggressive Avank. Annoyingly required for the deadlock Avank, I would say. Stinging V. Another Avank. I don't know, from what I have heard, it seems these Slayer deeds do help quite a lot in... oh my god, I forgot. Got the wrong one. As I was saying, the Slayer deeds do help quite a lot in getting the required reputation for... well, maxing out the new faction, the Renewal of Gondor. So... oh, really? Oh, let me move. So yeah, I wanna advance these Slayer deeds as much as I can, hoping that the extra reputation will come in handy later down the road. But we really gotta be careful with the poison from the Avanks too, because it does hit for quite a punch. It does pack a punch, this one. Really? At least it gives us a reason to use some of the pots we have. There are plenty of Avanks. It seems I have found the area where we can farm the Avanks for the deed. At least a little bit, yeah. There we go. And here we have another one. The woman Glassiel floats offerings on the river Erui.
These are the crossings of Erui, where Castamir the Usurper perished long ago.
During the king's strife of Gondor, when his rebellion was at last ended and the rule of the kingdom was restored, but kings and stewards rule from distant castles and towers, and our people need the blessings of nearer protectors. And so I and other good people of Lebennin float baskets on the river in memory of the 5 sisters who protected this land in days gone. Some folk believe they were only a myth, but it is not so. No, we have confirmed that on our own too. The 5 sisters have always protected us, though we did not always remember it. The Lone Lady, Roaming Star, Grey Eyes, Silver Froth, True Tongue, yeah. Yeah, give me just a moment, because this seems to be just the memories of Glassiel, but even then, it's great being able to see the 5 sisters once again. The crossings of the Erui that we crossed so long ago. More than 150 episodes ago, as a matter of fact. River maidens they were, carrying an understanding, but one was changed by an evil in the waters. Yeah, I remember that one as well. a little bit. I am a little bit hazy on the details, but I do remember us fighting these armors and freeing the River Sister from their influence. Castamir the Usurper perished here long ago, but his rage remained. As the long years passed, the Lady of Erui was infected by that anger.
The blood spilt in these waters during the kin strife changed the Lady of Erui.
The blood spilled in these waters during the kin strife of Gondor so changed the Lady of Erui that she became estranged from her sisters and turned her anger upon the folk who dwelt nearby. Not long ago, she raised the armor of the Usurper from these waters and did battle against her sisters, but at last they were able to soothe her rage, and she was healed of her hurts. So I float these baskets upon her waters as tokens of both forgiveness and love, and I hope that she takes notice of them. I'm sure she has.
It is a good story so far as it goes. A little unbelievable, I think.
Gimli stares at you with amazement when you tell him it is true, and you witness the end of the tale as you pass through Lebennin during the war. Really? I missed more than I thought when I agreed to take the ship from Pelargir with Legolas. What happened to the armor of the Usurper after the river maidens calmed their sister of her anger? Good question.
You say Angbor directed that the armor of the Usurper be sent to Pelargir for safekeeping?
That little bit I don't remember, but if Beriathan says so, then that must be true. You say Angbor, the Lord of Lebennin, directed that the armor of the Usurper be sent to Pelargir for safekeeping? That was a wise decision, for Castamir's armor has already proven unable to remain lost. Better to keep it under the watchful eye of Sirgon, Lord of Lebennin. But a thought occurs to me. If someone were trying to convince others that he was Castamir's successor or pretending to be Halagúr himself, he might make use of artifacts such as armor or weapons that once belonged to the Usurper. We should make sure the armor came to Sirgon as Angbor intended. But Elessar also wanted us to help the people. Will you see Glassiel safely back to her home? Gimli and I will meet you at Glaniath when you return, and we will proceed together on to Pelargir.
If you wish to be of use, you can oppose the dangers to be found between here and Halach.
It is good of you to offer to bring me to my home, but I can find my own way. Still, if you wish to be of use to the folk of Lebennin, you can oppose some of the dangers to be found between here and my home of Halach. Wild creatures and the occasional holdout from the war are still to be found prowling the lands between Erui and Halach. Meet me at my home when I have safely arrived, and I can put you further to work. I understand you have been given a duty to help us by the king himself? Yeah, that is true. And Halach, okay. Gotta defeat some enemies on my way there. And we're gonna then meet with Legolas and Gimli at Glaniath. We might need to take a quick detour to Lebennin first, before we come back to Pelargir. And it seems we have already found some of the enemies we needed. But of course, this guy being a friggin' archer doesn't help. It would be really nice if I could find one of the enemies that will advance the Slayer deeds of Upper Lebennin. I guess if I were really desperate, I could go into my deed tracker, the plugin, and double check those deeds, because deed tracker also shows you the deeds you have not discovered yet, and it also shows you hidden deeds and all. It's a really handy tool, but I don't think we are that desperate for those deeds, so let's see if we can stumble upon them naturally. And how is this layer deed progression on Upper Lebennin? Maybe it flows a little bit better than Lothernach. That can happen. Now we are about to cap tokens of heroism. I'm thinking I might need to switch to another character really quick and turn some of those tokens in before I earn more and start losing them. We don't want that. But let me see how far we can go on today's episode. Hopefully I will not need to do that. Okay, the lynx at least counts for the deed. We still need to discover one more. The Avank. Yeah, we can do the Avank. Does that count for the deed in Lothornak? Yeah, awesome. This one still technically counts as Lothornak. Does this region of Upper Lebennin still count as Lothornak? I don't know. Travel to the town of Halach, yeah. Just a moment, because, well, I see a couple Avanks here in the distance, so I might want to take some time to fight them. Just to advance the deeds a little bit more. One token short of maxing out. Wolf. We can skip that one. Stable Master, awesome. We have discovered Halach, that's great.
Hello there.
Hello there. Glassiel has arrived safely at her home of Halach.
You helped make the lands between the Crossings and Halach more safe?
I thank you for it. I was not in any danger, for the blessings of the Five Sisters are upon me, and their influence extends into the lands washed by the rivers. Still, it is a welcome deed. King Elazar was good to send you to us. A sailor standing nearby called for your attention. And before we talk to you, I just wanted to point out I really appreciate Glassiel being more open to the king's help and the king's emissaries, because you will remember Othanar in Harlon was a little bit more skeptic, so it's the Glassiel balances that out a little bit, so we are 50-50 basically. Breglang.
Mercy upon me for listening, stranger, but I understand you're here on the king's business.
That is a joy to me and mine, for certain, but you might want to know that some of the folk here about aren't as true as my family. I've heard some talk that Heirs of Castamir never surrendered, but lie in wait, fostering their strength. Seems to me a good way to fight some of these rumors might be to show the king is nearer to us than distance would indicate. Maybe you are here to do just that? If you bring in some fishing nets down by the piers, and gather up a couple crates of building materials around town, you might fill the king's sails with wind and leave the Heirs of Castamir without. Do this task for me and I'll share what else I know, and that would be a help to the king. Alright, I'll do that. And let's see what other quests we can find here.
Have you come to help? Good.
Beriathan, welcome! As you can see, we've been hard at work rebuilding our home. My heart should feel light, but ever since the war's end, I have been troubled by a streak of mysteries. For the past few months, every now and then, someone has been leaving sacks of supplies at our doorsteps. Preserved boar-meat, cut firewood, all harvested from the wild. The strange thing is, we don't know who is responsible. Of course, we were suspicious at first, but nothing about the supplies thus far has seemed amiss. I hope that the culprit is not a malicious person, but we cannot be too careful. Now, I suspect the meat we have been receiving has been hunted from a nearby boar wallow to the northeast. Perhaps our culprit is there right now. But very few people here would be able to defend themselves out there, and they are all busy protecting Halach. Would you investigate the wallow for us? I can do that, yeah. Let me just explore around town a little bit more. see what else we can find in here. Any other quest? Yeah, there are a couple more. That's great.
Gondor has a king again.
Beriathan, I have just refilled these water skins. Could you hand them out to the thirsty folk around town? Happy to help.
Gondor has a king again.
Look at all these crates, Beriathan, filled to the rim with building materials too. Would you mind taking this one over to Irodon? He should be supervising rebuilding efforts in the center of town. Yeah, can go back there. I do remember a couple things of our last time in Halach. I remember Gorhir and Irodon a little bit, and I think Glassiel as well, but I'm a little bit surprised she doesn't remember us, but well, she is a little bit old. Maybe her memory is failing a little bit. Who knows? For now, let us give these water skins. As long as we continue to help each other, the town's scars will heal. There is another one in here. Sure. Have a drink. Thank you. May these peaceful days continue for all of us. That's the plan. That's what the king wants. How kind of you. Good of you to help. Always happy to help. Nearly forgot to take care of myself in all of this. That's not good. You should not forget about yourself. And the last one I didn't see because it's right here by the milestone. The map obscured it a little bit. Oh, thank you so much. Let me grab the milestone now that we're here. And go back to Gorhir and continue looking for the catch of the day.
I never thought to see the days of peace come again.
Many thanks. Everyone is eager to reveal, but that cannot happen in just a day. Our work must be slow and steady, and while we work, we must take care of each other. Awesome, and we have Tales of Upper Lebennin renewed. How many? 12 as well. Seems easy enough.
Welcome to King's Gondor, friend.
You hold such heavy cargo without even breaking a sweat. Impressive work. Yeah, you should know by now. I mean, we did more difficult things last time I was here. A box or two is really no big deal. Return to Breglang. Let me just double check there's nothing else in town we might be missing. Workbench, no. I mean, there's nothing on the minimap as far as I can see. This really suspicious looking ship. Oh, that's it.
I thank you for doing the tasks I had set before me, friend.
I thank you for doing the tasks I had set before me, friend. Do not be cross with me, for I put the time you spared me to good use. My loyalty is to the king, but some of the men I work beside are not as true to Gondor as I am. I have learned from their speech that the Heirs of Castamir have taken the to lightning the beacons of Gondor when they find them unguarded, as a sign to their supporters. I do not know if it is true, but that is what I heard. Look for lit beacons and there will be serpents nearby, snakes who endanger the king and his kingdom. At least, that is what I was told. Go from Halach with my thanks and with the warning I give you. Legolas and Gimli plan to meet up with you in the town of Glaniath. But yeah, we still need to investigate the war wallow. I almost forgot about that. We are not done with Halach just yet. And this mysterious benefactor, there might be more to it. We might get a couple more quests on this matter before we truly leave Halach. So, okay, yeah, this is still counting as Lothornak for whatever reason, so I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm gonna focus on the task at hand, advancing my Slayer deeds a little bit more. And avoiding some of the other guys that really don't offer too much of a benefit. Okay, the bees at least are not so difficult. The boars. A Harad man calmly holds up his empty hands. Here. Asórkho? Does that name ring a bell to you? I feel like it should.
Have you a moment?
Please, put down your weapons, Warden. I mean you no harm, and I am alone. My fellow soldiers fled long ago. You have come looking for me at the behest of the townspeople, yes? Rather, you have come looking for the one gifting them supplies. If it is not much compared to what my comrades and I raided from... It is not much compared to what my comrades and I raided from them during the war. But this is repentance, I suppose. I will return home eventually, but not before I see some of the harm undone.
What would you require of me?
You found me in the middle of preparing meat from a previous hunt. I came here for more fresh meat, but I confess that hunting tires me quickly, and I am at my limit today. If you wish to help, could you hunt some of the boars here? Sure. No big deal. Let me just double check, because I have the feeling that, yeah, this name should ring a bell. I don't know. Let me double check. No, it seems not. It seems he's an NPC that was just introduced in this quest pack, so... Oh my god. Get out of there, get out of there. Boar Slayer of Upper Gondor. Woof. That was... Oh my god, that was intense. Corsair Sniper. I don't want to fight more snipers, if you don't mind. But I could use with fighting some more boars. Oh my god. Please die. I think that's it as far as boars is concerned. There is one more. But it's not advancing the deed? Really? Now, the tokens of heroism have been capped, of course. And there we go. This one does advance the deed. And these boars respawn quite quickly. That's great.
What news?
A mighty hunter you are. I shall take this fresh meat to preserve for another delivery. If you intend on returning to the townspeople, please give them these meats I have finished preparing. I expect they are waiting for your answer to their question. It is a difficult situation. If you must give them an answer, I would ask that you keep my homeland a secret. I am loath to show my face, for more reasons than just shame, but I only want to be kind. I hope they will understand, and perhaps I will reveal myself. In time. In time, yeah? You want some time? I can give you some time. Oh god. Would you please stop? Oh my god, please stop doing that? Oh my god, that was really close. And yeah, the deed goes by really quickly in here. This is the only reason why I'm thinking this might be worth doing to at least complete the first here. I mean, I could always disable the landscape difficulty and come here when this deed is super easy to farm. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was not gonna survive that one, especially with this freaking sniper there. Should I retreat? Maybe I should retreat. I mean, was not doing much in there anyway. Just farming the deed. And I think we did good. 24 out of 30. That was really good. If that is the only spot where you can farm this deed, that's still okay. As I was saying, the boars respond really quickly. So it's really simple to complete that deed. But for now, let us try and advance the other quests. See what else we find, what else we need to do.
We must strive to defend our newly gained peace.
A harmless person who wishes to stay a secret for now? I admit that, had anyone else told me this, I would have grown warier. But your words hold weight here. I trust you. May this person find the courage to come forth one day. I'd like to thank them for all they've done. Maybe he will. And when that happens, I hope you will understand, as is his wish. Now we gotta go to Glaniath, looking for Legolas and Gimli. See what else we find in there, and if we can advance any Slayer deed along the way, that would be great. If not, I still think we are doing good enough progress in here. Find the Erui Delta. Why didn't I find that delta? Wait a minute, I should have found that delta. Ah, the delta. Oh, come on. Is this one in here? Is that what it is? Yeah, it seems I'll need to come back. If the main quest has you backtrack for whatever reason back to Lord Angbor or any other place, maybe we can knock that deed out. You saw that bear falling from the sky, right? Absolutely out of nowhere. That reminded me a little bit about the Sky Ruins from Tears of the Kingdom, because you will remember some of them fall down, and then you use your recall ability to climb on them and get to the Sky Islands. That's exactly what that bear did. Now we have discovered Glaniath. Here we are. Legolas and Gimli, great. Legolas and Gimli greet you warmly as you arrive in Glaniath.
How went your visit to Halach?
The heirs of Castamir may never truly disappear, but I think it is becoming clear that their power wanes. An impostor is not as great a threat to Gondor as Valakor himself would have been. The time approaches when we can return to King Elessar and tell him his tour can proceed. Shall we take this one? I mean, at this point we are also doing this for the cosmetics, right? I mean, I can still take a couple tunes over here. I think I'm gonna take the light armor just because I don't think I have this one. This one seems to be more for a tanking setup. Maybe let me check if my tanking gear could use the upgrade. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna take the light armor for the cosmetics.
While Gimli and I waited for you to arrive, a resident of this town came to speak with us.
Arvellon, he is called, and he was most interested to learn we plan to continue on to Pelargir. The matter that occupies his thought may be of interest to King Elessar. Speak with Arvellon and see what you think. He should be near the center of town. Okay.
How can I be of service?
So I grab the stable master. My god, are we really missing all these stables? But it feels as if we were already halfway done with all this. Is Lower Lebennin really that big? Yeah, Lower Lebennin is huge, at least in terms of the amount of settlements it has. So that explains a lot. And as you can expect, there are also plenty of quests in here.
A king has come again to Gondor.
Oh, don't worry about me, dear. I'm just resting. These old bones protest when I don't take a break. Carrying these sacks to my wagon is exhausting work, and I've still got to deliver them. All that's left are the harvests from Lebennin, Millet, and Lothwin. The sacks are ready to be collected outside their homes. If you're willing, would you bring those sacks to me? How about you visit Millet first? Her home is northwest from here. We can do that.
I have not forgotten the troubles suffered by my people.
What is left? What is left? Halgúr is taking care of that, but I must be forgetting something. Forgive me, traveler. I was lost in thought. Are you looking for work? There is firewood to be chopped and weeds to be pulled in the yard. Should you accept, I will pay you for your efforts. It feels strange worrying about such minor tasks after such ferocious fighting. The war did not destroy Glaniath, but it would not be right to say we were left unscathed.
You are welcome to Glaniath, my friend, and on the king's business, no less.
It is remarkable how much can change in the matter of mere months. The war left its mark upon Lebennin, and I expect it has done the same in other areas of Gondor. But here it marked us deep, for Sirgon our lord was captured by the Haradrim, and while he was freed from their bonds, the experience changed him. I fear he is no longer suited for rule, and it would be just for the king to permit him to step down. Faltharan, his son, is fully capable of following his father as Lord of Lebennin. I have called for families of Glaniath to cast tokens in favor of this proposal. Will you gather these tokens from the collection boxes around town, so Lord Sirgon will see how many families support my proposal? Millet also has a quest for us.
Well, go on then.
Have you come across any of our pigs, traveler? I have food for them, but they seem more interested in wandering around Glaniath instead. I can't afford to keep waiting. I'm going to start looking for them. If you don't mind helping out, here's some food to feed those stubborn beasts. Even pig feeding we will be doing. Yeah, you are too busy. Would be nice if we could interact with the pigs. Oh, bless you. Lotwin's crops are next. And where is Lotwin? Oink. Tell me where is Lotwin, please.
You are most welcome, my friend.
Just west, a bit more walking left to do. All right. I do remember Sirgon and Faltharan too. I do remember helping Faltharan rescue his father from the beacon. Right over here. Do we need to discover that beacon for the deed? I think we do. I think we do. Sirthank, yeah, I think that's the name of the beacon. I might be wrong, but doesn't hurt to go and check. There's another picking here. There's a lot of things to do here in town. Last pig.
We must not take these days for granted.
You seem like the trolling sword. Beware the roads, then. It wasn't too long ago that a group of coursers accosted Anavin and made off with the crops he was transporting for us. I think like I should also remember that quest, right? I'm sure coursers still lurk in the forest. Sometimes I swear I see wisps of smoke on the horizon to the west. Perhaps they set up a camp? If you ever venture that way, take care. Yeah, we can go looking for the Corsairs as well. I believe we're done.
Thought to see such happy days as these.
Thank you, my dear. I'll be sending these crops to nearby towns that weren't as fortuitous as Glaniath was during the war. I'm sure the townsfolk will appreciate your hard work. That's very nice of you to say.
So much was lost during the war.
It's getting harder to remember everything that needs tending to around here. My children would remember better, but... He pauses. When he speaks up again, his voice is thicker. They defended those who needed defending until the end. My neighbors help where they can, but they can't do everything for me, of course. It was good of you to pitch in, traveler. That's so sad. So sorry for your loss. Kids would be proud. We have completed a new deed, friend to the renewal of Gondor, and we have unlocked ally. Let us check this really quick. So we have completed friend. We need to complete. Now we need to do ally. We got the new title, some points, marks, and the vendor discount. You have reached friend status with the renewal of Gondor. And 10 LOTRO points. Good.
Speak up.
These pigs made me work just to feed them. They likely start expecting me to come to them with food too. I've got to find another way when I have less work to do, perhaps. Thank you for your aid, traveler. Sure. Now let me just get the remaining collection boxes in here for Arvellon. Will we need to take these to Pelargir, to Tumladen maybe? I think Sirgon and Faltharan, last time we checked on them, they were in Tumladen. That's where Faltharan took his father to rest. Never hurts to have the personal light on during night. I mean, the town is very well lit. You never know. Talk to Arvellon now. Alright. Yeah, before I forget, let me grab the milestone here in Glaniath, because once again, this is a more central location than Halach. And there we go.
So many tokens have been cast in support of my proposal. This is nearly all.
I want you to understand that folk of Glaniath hold no ill will towards Sirgon in their hearts. His experience was a mournful one, and it is wrong to expect him to carry on without harm. Let him cede the rule of Lebennin to his son Faltharan. That will be best for him, and it will be best for the lands he must govern. I am certain King Elessar will approve, but we must take single steps first. Sirgon served Gondor, and with the war finished, he has earned a peaceful rest and should take it with our gratitude. As you are going soon to Pelargir, you will bring these tokens to him and show him the mind of Glaniath's families, yes? And what about Tumladen? We do need to go to Tumladen before we go to Pelargir. What do you think?
I did not understand this proposal when Arvellon told it to us, and I still do not.
He expects Sirgon to simply abandon the lordship of Lebennin because a few families thought he should? No dwarf would do this. At any rate, the sooner we go to Pelargir, the sooner we will return to Minas Tirith with the tidings we sought. We have heard plenty of whispers and rumors, but little in the way of real danger. I suppose that is good, but it is also a pity, for my axe needs swinging. I'm sure you will get the chance of swinging your axe pretty soon, Gimli. As you can see, we now need to go to Pelargir, and that's when we will next meet our friends, but first we really need to go to Tumladen and finish with a little some of the pending matters we have in Glaniath as well. All that, however, will need to wait until the next one. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.